Hello, welcome back. I'm Tonya from Tonya's Witchy Kitchen. How are you doing today? I have a busy week ahead of me, but I've just been trying to roll with it, if that makes any sense to you. So like Sunday I sit down and I, do my weekly calendar, put all the things in and reminders and stuff like that. But then I just try and do it day by day, because the reminder box is specifically for like, I have to bring soup to the church on Friday, so don't forget, and I have to prep for that. Do I have potatoes? Do I have, onions? Because I'm making nefla. Yes, I am. And I asked my grandson, what soup should I bring? And he's like, nefla. It's a staple. No, but yeah, so, stuff like that. That I have to prep for, plan for. Otherwise, I take it day by day. It seems to help, although I don't get anything more done than I do otherwise. So maybe I should put like cleaning chores back on there for each day, but I don't want to clean. Most days I don't want to do anything. But yeah. Anyway, that's not what I was going to talk about today. I was going to tell you this funny story. So my son, my youngest son, who thinks he knows everything and he's an adult, ordered something online. Okay. And so he's asking me like, has FedEx come? Has FedEx come? And I'm like, no, they haven't, And then he's like, oh, can I go online and change this address? And I'm like, with FedEx? I'm like, I don't think so. What's the problem? So when he ordered the package, when he put his address in, he didn't put the house number. He just put the street. Yeah, just the street. No house number. And he said he emailed the person, whatever, at the store, and they were like, yeah, we'll try and update it for you. Well, they didn't get it updated because it had shipped already. And so when he did the tracking, it's like, well, where is it at? And it was at the store in town. Like, we have 3 FedEx. 2 are drop-offs, one's where the truck goes. So I'm like, you have to go there and get it. And so my husband told him he'd go with him because he didn't want to go way out there by himself. So yeah, my husband took him up there to get the package, and he came back and he's like, did you know he didn't put the house address on there? And I said, yeah, why do you think he had to pick it up? But when I asked my son about this, he's like, well, usually it tells you that something's wrong. It flags it. He says it didn't flag it, so I figured it was okay. And that's the problem with this generation. If there's not something telling them that something's wrong, they don't think anything is wrong. Oh well. He's got a lot to learn, but that's okay. He's only 16. He's got a few years to do it before he gets pushed out into the real world. But I mean, he does a lot. He does a lot all on his own. So I'm just impressed with him overall. But I thought that was so funny. But anyway, today we are doing another random soap. So 3 things: be kind, be forgiving, be you. Let's go check out this random sass soap. Okay, and now to our soap. This is Evergreen, and actually that's what I'm calling it, but I think it's Christmas Evergreen by Just Scent that you get from Wholesale Supplies Plus. I love this one. This one is really good. When you're looking for that Christmassy fall feel, Yeah, I really liked this one. So just so you know, I do like this fragrance. I don't know how much I talk about the fragrance oils in these, because sometimes it's like, yes, this is great, and other times it's like, no, it's not. Yeah. Look at that. My house is so cold. I've been having issues with that. Yeah, I don't like to put plastic in the microwave, and, so it's a thing. But let's see. We used Sexy Stranger, that by Mad Micah's. That would be the brown. And the green is Green Apple Moss by Brambleberry. And then there is a section that is plain, as you could see from the thumbnail. you could see that it was plain, right? I wanted something to symbolize, you know, evergreen trees, and that is not exactly the right color, but depending on the evergreen, you know, like, is it Douglas fir that has the kind of the almost teal, almost the bluish pine needles, you know, looking thing. And then I think we have a lot of ponderosa pine, you know, which are, you know, you've seen me cut those up a lot. but I like apple moss. I like that as a color. I don't know why, but it sure fits. So mixing all these colors up, making sure that the mica is incorporated thoroughly through the soap batch, and then we will get to the pour, which was overall a very simple pour. If you noticed from the thumbnail, the one thing when I'm doing the 6x6 is I always have to remember which way I want to cut it, because that does, I mean, you might think it doesn't make a difference, but it kind of does make a difference, you know, but that's okay. That's, you know, conversation for when it's cutting. But I just did the back and forth, you know, and it is on a slant. You can see I put the dish rag, the washcloth, the whatever you want to call it, behind the mold to prop it up just a little bit so that it flows. I really don't know why. It basically, I think it's because it pushes everything up. It's going to fall down and push up. And it is starting to get a little thicker, faster than I was expecting. Not that, I mean, but I did mess around quite a while mixing the colors, which makes a huge difference too. So, you know, it's not totally, does the fragrance oil accelerate? Maybe a little bit. I don't know. Half the time I blame myself because I'm messing around with it so long. Would this be great for a drop swirl? Sure. Absolutely. Would this be great for a bowl swirl? Oh, absolutely. You know, and it worked just fine for the 6x6 slab pour. I was just, you know, it just takes me a while. And then I whine and complain and, you know. It's just me. It's just me. But this is literally all I did to this. And just for the record, just remember the top doesn't matter because we're cutting it off and we're going to put it in our butt naked soap grab bags. Yep, it's butt naked soap. Why? Because it's not labeled. The one thing you can sell without labeling it. Amazing. As long as it's actual soap and you're not claiming any cosmetic, like moisturizing, exfoliating, you're not claiming anything about it. It's just soap. It does what soap does. It cleans. Then you don't need a label. So far, in America. You never know. You got to kind of keep an eye on those things because sometimes they change stuff and everybody's in an uproar, but it's okay. I think they make changes for good reasons, usually. We are talking about the government, so who knows? But anyways, there is the top and there is the back. And I forgot to film the cutting of this soap, but like the actual, you know, cut the 6-inch slab in half, and you know, I didn't do that part, but I did get this part, which is usually, this is the fun part, right? Because you get to see what is between those layers. Ooh, beautiful, beautiful layers. That's what this turns out to. Aren't they cool? Yeah, beautiful. Ooh. So neat. So neat. Kind of like snow on a pine needle. Do you have any crazy delivery stories? I mean, I know that where I live, we've been told we have the worst, absolute worst, 100% worst
mail service ever. I've met 2 people in the last 6 months that ordered a package and didn't get it, but somebody signed for it and it went to a different address. And I'm just like, that's atrocious. That just makes me sick. That one's cool, yeah. But it's like, the mail shouldn't be that way. The tracking number should go with the address. But what do you think of these soaps? They're super cute. Absolutely adorable. This is in better lighting than that other one was. And as always, I hope you had a good time. Thank you for dropping by, and I will see you next time. And God bless.